evening, fellow celebrants. It's me, Celebrant Lindy of Celebrant Training Scotland. And today's post, it might be a wee bit morbid actually. It's not meant to be a wee bit morbid. It's actually quite important, I think. Some years ago, my dad's really close friend found out that he had terminal cancer. And he was just a young man in his 40s. And he was an accountant at the time. And one of the first things that he did was go to some of his fellow accountants and let them know what was happening and say to them, look, can I now go to my clients and say that I can pass, if they're happy with it, I'll pass their work on to you guys, just so that his clients were not left hanging when he died. And that's what he did. He then went on to his clients and said, look, this is what's happening. I don't really want it public knowledge, but I don't want you to be left in the lurch when I die. So if you're happy, can I pass all your details on to these other accountants and they'll take over? And it just made sure that that everything, you know, was done properly. And I always remember thinking, oh my goodness, what a selfless thing to do, to put everybody else first when he has just found out that that he has this terminal illness. The right thing to do, I think, but still, you know, a very selfless thing to do. But what if you are not given prior notice of your death? What happens in the event of your sudden death? Do you have something in place that means any services or ceremonies that you have booked in will, you know, somebody will be able to go and let those people know what's happening? Well, I have on my desktop, I have what I call the Panbreed folder. For those of you who are not in Scotland, Panbreed is just a sort of Scottish way of saying dead. You know, it rhymes with deed. Panbreed, dead. So in the event of my death folder, and my family know it's there, and it just gives them instructions on what to do in terms of my business should something happen to me and they need to. So the first thing it says is that they should look up at my whiteboard here, because that will let them know if I've got any current funeral services. And, you know, those services are listed. So at the moment there are 4 services up there. And in the first column is the name of the funeral director. And then at the end of the column is the phone number of the funeral director. So what I say is the first thing you do is phone each of those funeral directors, let them know what's happened. And they can then go to the families and let them know what's happened, and they can work out between them how they're going to go forward from there. So that's the current funeral services, and that's what I want my family to do first, because it could be that there's a funeral happening today or tomorrow, and I want those funeral directors to be made aware of what is going on. But then I have, so at the moment I have, for 2020, I have 26 ceremonies booked in, and I've got 6, I think, for 2021. So of course, those people will probably have no idea. Should I die tomorrow, those people, many of them, if not all of them, would have no idea, and they would be waiting for me to get in touch. And although this wouldn't affect me, once I'm dead, it's certainly going to affect my family, because they're going to start, or people are going to start sending out emails trying to get in touch with me. And so what I've said to my family is to go to my 2020, I don't know, oh, you can see it here, my 2020 box here, shelf here, and they will find a folder that says booking forms. And in there are all the booking forms for everybody that's got a ceremony in 2020. And all I want them to do is to go through those booking forms, because the names of the couple or the family or whoever it is are on there, along with email addresses and phone numbers. And what I want them to do is to go to these couples, say, look, I'm really sorry this has happened, Lindy's Panbreed, but here is 2 or 3 of her trusted interfaith colleagues. They already know what's happening. And so if you want to get in touch with them, they will be happy to step in, or they will do their best to step in. So again, we're not just dropping that information onto clients, we are giving them somewhere to go forward. And of course, I will already have set this up with my interfaith colleagues. Should something happen to me, I'm going to pass on your details. Is that okay? So relatively, and I get them to do that for them all, 2019, 2020, 2021, just so that everybody that you are working for knows what's happening. I know that might seem a wee bit morbid, but actually I think just listening to that makes it sounds like something we should all be doing, putting all our ducks in a row so that we're not adding any more stress to people's lives than we possibly have to. So that is my Monday tip for all you celebrants out there, is just to make sure you have some sort of system in place should the worst happen. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully we're all going to die at a ripe old age. But one thing about being in this industry is that you realise that you just never know. You just never know. So anyway, whatever this Monday holds for you, I hope it's a happy one. But please, if you've got any type of ceremonies booked in, then please get a system in place so that that these people could be informed should anything happen to you. Okay, great to see you all, and I'll speak to you all very soon.